everyone, it's Samin. So today I went ahead and created this look for you. It is definitely an Eid appropriate and also a nighttime appropriate look. You can always wear it however you want to wear it with different shades and different accent shades. Anyways, if you like the way this look turned out, then please keep on watching. Okay, so before we get started, I already went ahead and did a couple of things. First, I primed my face using both the Hangover RX Primer and the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Then I used this True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator in Golden to put it all over my face and make sure I have a healthy glow. And on top of that, I used the Studio Fix Fluid from MAC in NC45 because I also do want a matte finish because I want it to last all night. Then I went ahead and did my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in Chocolate. And I went ahead and set it with the Maybelline Brow Drama in Deep Brown. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this MAC Mineralize Concealer in NC42 to prime my eyes. And I'm going to use this Makeup Forever shadow in M532 to set it so we can go ahead and blend out the shadows a lot easier since they're all going to be darker shadows. So with this, you definitely want to use a thin layer because you don't want it to crease up too much on you. And I'm using a patting motion so it can go ahead and blend really nicely into the skin. To blend it out even further, I'm going to go ahead and use a beauty blender because the contrast in the two colors, I want it to look really nice and not look all clumpy. So I'm using this Morphe M441 brush to put this all over my eyelid. It's going to help just blend it out and put a nice little layer on top. To further highlight the brow bone, I'm going to use the same shadow and this e.l.f. Professional Defining Eye Brush and just kind of pat it right along the bottom of my eyebrow and use not too much, but just enough so it's very noticeable. You want to keep it right there at the arch because if you move it too close, it'll kind of look meh. Now I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Creme Brûlée and using the same M441 Morphe brush, and I'm going to put it all along my crease. This is kind of my skin tone. It might have a little more of a shade to it. I mean, obviously it's very light, but once I put it on, it doesn't show up as much, but it creates a really nice transition. And you want to hold the brush straight at an angle, and then kind of wing it out so it creates a nice little defined line kind of, but still blends it out all at the same time. You want to put it straight in, not go like this. I'll just take it out a little. Creates a really pretty transition. I don't know if you guys can even tell. So I'm going to go ahead and add a darker transition shade. This is Inglot Freedom System Eyeshadow DS609. It's a really nice brick colored red shade. This shadow definitely has a little bit of sparkle to it. I'm going to be using the Sigma Blending E25 brush. Compared to the Morphe M441, it's a lot more dense, whereas the Morphe M441 is very fluffy. And putting this into my crease is going to make it a little more defined and keep it very centralized. And with this, I'm definitely going to use the same concept of putting it straight into my crease rather than holding it like this. And if you just take it out, it will definitely create a wing type of shape. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking this blue shade from the Hello Kitty Pop-Up Party Palette that I got at Sephora. Unfortunately, the only bad part about this palette is that it has a lot of fallout. The pigmentation is great. It is such a pretty palette, but you definitely want to apply this before you apply foundation To kind of prevent fallout, I'm going to be dampening my brush with some Urban Decay makeup setting spray. Hopefully that will help a little. If not, we'll see. Okay, you definitely want to just apply this to the outer and inner corners because we're going to make a whole sandwich type of eyeshadow look. And you do not want to go all the way up into the crease, just keep it kind of right there.
Here we go.
So now I'm going to take this really pretty gold shade and use my ring finger and apply it right to the middle of the eyelid and just kind of swipe it on there. You don't want to go too much into the crease, just kind of, and not all over the crease, just keep it right in the middle. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the NYC eyeliner in black and also this Palladio liquid eyeliner. The best part about these two, I use the NYC to draw out the shape for my wing, and then I use the Palladio to color it all in because it's nice and matte. I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eye. I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Caramel, and I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Neutral, and this is going to be more so to highlight my under eyes. Contour, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Dark Cocoa, and I'm going to be putting it on under my cheekbones, under my chin, and around my forehead. And to blend it all out, I'm going to be using this MAC 130 SE brush. It's one of those little tiny stippling brushes, and it's really going to help work the product in. My under eyes, I'm going to be using this Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Banana, and I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender as well. To set my contour, I'm going to be using this Cover FX Pressed Mineral Foundation in N110. Now I'm going to use this Sigma F35 brush, the tapered highlighter brush, just to wipe off the excess. And I want to use very light pressure yet again because it's the under eye part, and if you use too much pressure all the time, you eventually get wrinkly. I definitely want a very dark, smoky under eye. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use this Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl liner in black and this e.l.f. cream liner. Just kind of dip it into the e.l.f. cream liner just to create a very darker pigment. this Crown C476 crease and shadow brush. I'm going to use the pencil tip of it to very, very gently smudge out my liner on the bottom lash line.
Here we go!
To highlight my inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and use the same crease shadow brush from Crown and this Pacifica shadow in Treasure. I went ahead and applied my mascara off camera. It was the Roller Lash Benefit Mascara. So far I like it. I've heard that it rolls your lashes. That hasn't happened to me yet. But other than that, it's a great mascara. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. blush brush and my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop to highlight my cheekbones, my upper lip, the tip of my nose, a little bit of my forehead, and my chin. Now taking this blush brush from my brush set, and I'm going to be mixing two blushes. This first one is a Pandora's Face blush in Pink Carnation, and this second one is a Makeup Geek blush in Secret Admirer. Now I'm going to take my MAC lip liner in Cork to line my lips. Next, I'm going to take this Victoria's Secret Perfect Lipstick in Dusk. I think their makeup brand is discontinued because every time I walk into a Victoria's Secret, I never see any makeup. But this has been around for a very long time. And clearly it's almost done. Like, it won't even go anymore. Next, I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Dainty, and I'm just going to apply it to the center just to kind of almost contour my lips in a sense. But if you go from darkest to light, then it makes your lips look more plump. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with this Urban Decay makeup setting spray, just to keep all of my makeup locked in, especially if you're wearing this for Eid. You want to have it locked in all day when you're going to all these parties and eating all the food, you know.